Welcome back to Cooking with Mrs.Cherie. Today we're having little potato fritters for breakfast. And I'm going to bring this to a boil and transfer it to a bowl. Okay, I brought it to a boil and I'm about to put it in the bowl. I put a stick, not a stick, but a pad of butter, the equivalency of 2 pads in here to melt. And I'm going to pour the milk in. I'm going to pour the milk in after this butter melts. And then we'll get started with the potatoes and stuff. Okay, the butter is melting. I'm going to put a heaping teaspoon of the ranch dip mix. I'm going to pour in the milk. And my potatoes. I'm making them out of box potatoes. And I put in a cup and 1/3 of water, and I put 2½ cups of potatoes. Now I'm going to add 1 egg. I've already beaten it in the bowl. I'm going to add 2 heaping teaspoons of cornstarch. Okay, now I'm going to get in there with my hand. I want to make everything mixed, and you want it to come apart like if you were making dough, because you want to form it. You want to be able to form it like that. Okay, I'll be back in a few. Okay, now this is what you want to do. Roll them out. Put them in like that. And I'll do one more. Try to make them the same size, like this. And then, these are the ones with the cheese in the middle. Go like this. Place them in the middle. And roll them around the cheese. Like that. Take your time doing it, because sometimes it'll come off the cheese. So just roll it around and then use your hand and close up the spots where the cheese is. Like that. And we're going to do a couple more of them. But I think I'm going to cut them in half and not make them so long. Like that, and then close the cheese around down here, like that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just cut the cheese in half first. I'll do it that way. Okay. Start at this end and roll. Yeah, it's easier to cut them in half. Yeah. Now you want to form it around the cheese the best you can, because you want it to cook inside. You don't want it coming out while it's frying. Okay, I'm going to be back when I get finished with this prepping. Okay, I'm finished with the ones with the cheese. Now I'm going to show you how to do the ones without. Just saw a lady online do hers like this, but she used real potatoes, and I decided I'd try it with mashed potatoes because I had so many of them. So you cut them like that, and you just drop them in the oil. Okay, I'm going to meet you at the stove. Okay, we ready? The oil is hot. This is my little tester. Put a little ball of potato in there so I know when it was done, ready to put in. It's good and brown. So now we start with our little potatoes. We put them in. And they come to the top floating. And they turn brown, golden, the color you would like, whatever color you would like. I like mine a little golden. Okay. Frying pretty good, so I'll be back. As you see, they're coming along quite nicely. Some of them you may have to flip over, but as they brown to your liking, that's how you take them out. And none of them's there for me yet. Okay, it's brown now, and I'm gonna start taking them out. Then we'll see what happens with the ones in the cheese. Like I said, I was trying this because I got a lot of mashed potatoes in the box. So instead of with real potatoes, I use mashed potatoes, and I want to make sure that the cheese is gonna stay inside as it cooks. So I'm gonna start praying now. Y'all start praying with me. I don't want cheese all over my pot. Check and make sure everything still looks sealed. Okay, we got one more. I'm checking, double checking, making sure everything, I don't see any cracks. Trying to make sure it's sealed. And you'll see what happens with that. Hopefully it'll come out perfect. You can do all things in Christ. As you can see, they're coming along quite nicely, but they're not brown yet. They're browning. You can see that. And all the cheese stayed in. Ain't God good? So, I'm going to let it brown a little more. Okay, some of them are looking ready. So I'm going to take those out. Looks good. Yep. I would say the mashed potatoes work just as well as the fresh boiled potatoes. It's just a little faster. And it looked like a little bit of cheese came out of that one. But other than that, we're doing good. Okay, I made some cookie-shaped ones out the last bit I had while we were waiting for those to fry. I'm going to flip them. You always have to flip the ones that's sort of flat, because they'll come and cook on one side a little too long. So I'm going to flip them off, and I'll be back when they're done. Okay, they're ready to come out. See that? They're good and brown and ready. Okay, I'm gonna set up for tasting, and I'll be back with you. Okay, this is the finished product. So you can see. I think it turned out pretty good for a first time with the box mashed potatoes. And I'm going to try it for you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to taste these. Now, as you know, I don't usually eat white potatoes, but for the benefit of you who want to know if it's got a crunch, I'm going to do this thing. This is usually for the children. Okay, this is the potato tot. And it's good. I could have added some salt to it, but it's for the kids. It's got plenty of the flavor because the ranch stuff is pretty salty. This is the cookie shaped. And they probably are going to taste the same. Those two. But I'm going to see what the cheese look like. Can you see that? Oh. Wow. And it's crunchy and it has that nice cheese taste. So, that'll be all for Cooking with Miss Cherie today. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and make a comment. Be blessed, stay safe, and may the Lord be with you till you tune in again.